second half of the NFL season is here, and those young QBs are putting on a show. But who's the best team? This is when we separate the pretenders from the contenders. And you can follow that story every Sunday with the NFL on CBS.
Joining me today, one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, Seattle Seahawks own, Tyler Lockett. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate it, T-Lock.
Oh, no, thanks for having me.
Let's get into this last game. Let's put this thing to bed. I know it's a 24-hour rule, so we'll rip through it. But I thought, just watching the game myself, I thought they did a pretty good job on defense, and it was a tall task. They got to try and handle DK Metcalf and you being one of the best outside receivers and slot receivers, in my opinion. Your route running, your football IQ, your spatial awareness, second to none in the league, and that's what makes you so special. And then you got the freak outside in DK Metcalf. It looked like they were trying to disguise quite a bit, right? Start like a ton of two-shell, show you two-shell, and then move around and get to single high coverage. What did you see? And it looked like Jabril Peppers had a pretty good day. What did you see from their defense after going back and watching the film?
I think they just did a good job with scheming us up. I think that, like you said, they showed us a lot of different looks, a lot of different coverages that they didn't really show a lot of the teams necessarily a lot of during the game. So I think it just took us a lot of time to adjust. And when we did adjust, they kind of tried to throw different things at us. And I think, like I said, ultimately they did a great job, and I think game planning against us, and it took us a long time to try to figure it out. And about time we kind of got it figured out. It was 2 drives left in the game, and one of the drives we scored on, and then we had that last chance, and we just didn't get it done.
No doubt. And sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's a goal line stand like early in the year against the Patriots. Yeah. Other times, it's a big-time offensive performance, and you're kind of running away with the win. But where you guys sit right now, you're second in the division. What does Coach Carroll talk about the day after the game? Obviously, after the game, everybody's got their raw emotions. But the day after the game, how does Coach Carroll address the team? How does Russell Wilson address the team? And where do you guys feel like you're at? Obviously, you're second in the division right now, but really with a chance to control your own destiny against the Rams coming up here, a couple big division games coming up. How does Coach approach that? What's your guys' mindset?
I think the biggest thing is just don't forget where we're at. We got ourselves in this position, and we control our own destiny, and that's really all that you could ask for. I think for us, it's also understanding that it's just one game. We just lost this game. It's not like we lost the whole entire season, or we lost the expectations that we have as a team, or we lost our Super Bowl dreams and our hopes. I think it's just being able to understand that unless we learn from the mistakes that we made in the game, unless we figure out what we did wrong and learn how to overcome them, then we're not going to put ourselves in the best position to be able to succeed in all the things that we want to be able to do. But if we really dive in and understand the game and understand what happened, that's what's going to allow us to be successful as we continue on throughout the season. A lot of teams are throwing different things at us that we're not used to or we're not accustomed to. But that's what happens when we turn into a throwing the ball team a lot more. When we were here at first, when we were running the ball, teams could only really play us in one high. Now that we're throwing the ball a little bit more, we're starting to see a lot more disguises, a lot more different coverages, and it's just we got to learn how to adjust to it, and we got to learn how to develop as we continue to push forward and doing a lot of the things that we want to do and accomplish. And I think that's just something that allowed us to be able to take a step back and start understanding that not only do we as players have to game plan against who we're lining up against, but we also got to start learning and trying to figure out the schemes that have been working for other teams as they played against us.